Hello, I'm Gary Amoroso, Executive Director of the Minnesota Association of School Administrators. Welcome to another edition of Take 5. I'd like to start off today by talking a little bit about the concept of reality versus perception. It's a concept that everyone in the world deals with, and it's a concept that is very, very important in the field of education. There are so many things going on in our state, so many things going on in your communities, that at times it's difficult to make sure that members of your community have reality, have facts, versus hearsay, which can create negative perceptions. A well-known public relations person, Pat Jackson, once said, "Facts are negotiable, perceptions are not." It shows the power of perception and how it can either be of assistance to us in our work or it can be a challenge to us. I'd like to share a couple of areas and give some examples about how facts versus perception can create challenges for us and some suggestions on how we can better tell the story so that the truth is our ally and can assist us. Let's look at the concept of budget cuts. We know that the fact is that we've had state funding issues. As a result, we've had a very minor increase in state funding increases over the last few years. And as a result of that, many districts have had to have budget adjustments and budget cuts. These have been very painful in your communities. Perception by some could be that schools, no matter how much money we give from the public, will not be successful. That all schools want to do is raise taxes. And that can hurt us in an election cycle or at any other time we have conversations with our community. The message that can be crafted that is very appropriate is that when schools receive money from the state or when levies are passed by individual communities, that's an investment in the future. That's an investment in our children. That type of a message is a positive message and hopefully one that communities can get behind. A second area is the whole concept of test scores. We know that our state legislature has passed legislation that identifies and is very prescriptive on how we will provide standardized tests to our students. One of the perceptions that we hear many times is that as educators, we don't want to be held accountable. We think that testing is a waste of time and that it shouldn't be done. That can take on a very negative tone with our public. A great way to provide the message to our public in the area of testing and assessment is that standardized assessments do have a place in the entire arena of assessing our children, but it's only one component. Other components that are as equally, if not more important, is the assessment that goes on every day in the classroom, the assessment that is done by the teacher in working with the student. Another assessment is district level assessments that are tied to this district, what is going on in the district, and providing opportunities for the district to show how they're doing. And so you take the negative of schools not wanting to be held accountable for assessment and put it in a positive way that we embrace assessment, but that assessment has many legs to the stool. Those are just a couple of examples of how you can take perceptions that are negative and help turn them into reality. I want to mention on another note that we have our Curriculum Leaders of Minnesota Conference coming up on Wednesday evening, November 14th through Friday morning, November 16th at Cragun's in Brainerd. You go to the MASA website and you'll be able to register. We hope to see you there. Also, we're less than 2 weeks from the November 6th election. Make sure that you're doing everything you can do to have the candidates within your community be upfront about their views on education, how they feel about funding, how do they feel about assessment, how do they feel about accountability, so that as people go to the booths on November 6th, they go with information to make choices. I wish you the best. I hope things go well for those that are running a levy election. Best of luck. Please feel free to contact me at your convenience or if ever I can be of assistance, 651-319-1211. Thanks.